Vado un po' nel pane. Più mi avvicino più mi sto cacando sotto. And what's the best way to build wealth today? Stocks, trading, real estate. Signore e signori, oggi è una giornata incredibile per me. Mi sto letteralmente cagando sotto. Oggi esco dalla comfort zone nella maniera più totale. Siamo qua a Miami e andremo a intervistare Jordan Belfort, The Wolf of Wall Street. Prima intervista della mia vita in inglese, quindi non mi sento... Cioè, penso di parlarlo in inglese, ma non ad un livello talmente confident da poterci fare un'intervista. Quindi però ci lanciamo, ci buttiamo e vediamo cosa ne viene fuori. Belì! Sei pronto?
Dai, abbastanza pronto.
Te sei tranquillo?
Io sono abbastanza tranquillo, dai, non abbiamo nulla da perdere. L'inglese lo sappiamo, a modo nostro. Jordan sicuramente farà uno sforzo in più, ci verrà incontro.
Vedi quel cappellino bubagambo?
Sì, così. Pantalone largo, felpa sporca di 4 giorni.
So, this is Marco Cappelli, this is Simone Savai, and our podcast is called Gurulandia. It's a podcast talking about business, entrepreneurship. Siamo ragazzi, più mi avvicino e più mi sto cacando sotto. Però pensateci un attimo quanto è bella questa sensazione. La sensazione che non sai se ce la fai, non ce la fai, di andare a fare un qualcosa di cui ti caghi sotto, uscire dalla comfort zone. E comunque sia sarà un successo, perché anche se sarà un fallimento, comunque puoi dire di averci provato. Questo è il nostro grande mezzo. E adesso saliamo qui sopra e andiamo verso la super villa di Jordan. Let's go. Andiamo. Si parte, Simone. Allora ragazzi, ci siamo, questa è l'entrata per Palm Island, Hibiscus Island, dove praticamente sono questa piccola isola con tutte queste ville, penso dedicate ai miliardari. No, non so se Jordan non penso sia miliardario, penso sia plurimilionario. Gurulandia! Che è il tuo podcast preferito?
Sti cazzi.
Gurulandia, adesso il muschio selvaggio non esiste più.
Gurulandia!
Gurulandia, ma vai a cagare!
Poesia.
Gurulandia, scatenate l'inferno.
Signore e signori, benvenuti in una nuova puntata.
Ciao Gurulandia.
I'm so excited today.
Yeah, me too.
One of my hero.
Why? Where we are?
We are in the Jordan's Belfort house. So,
La Casa del Lobo.
how are you?
Welcome Jordan.
I'm doing
Nice to
great.
meet you. So,
My Italian
pleasure
friends,
to
great
meet.
to see you. Glad you came.
How are you? Good.
I'm doing terrific, yeah. Just got back from vacation. I was out in South America, in Uruguay, Punta del Este. Had a great time. So, but now it's back to work.
Yeah, you look
Not bad,
great
nice.
anyway. Eh?
Yeah, scratched myself last night. I was doing something with a nail. No, it just happened last night, yeah.
Tan, beautiful,
Yeah.
wealthy, wealthy.
What a life.
Better than being poor, poverty sucks, I always said that, I still believe it.
So, Jordan, I have many questions for you. So,
Yeah.
let's start away with the first one, okay? So, how much of the Wolf of Wall Street is real? Okay, let's start from the movie because, I mean, you became so famous worldwide thanks to the movie, I think.
Right.
So, did they exaggerate or leave anything out, to make it more dramatic?
There were some scenes that were fictionalized, but 90% of it is very accurate. And the things that were fictionalized didn't really matter. They didn't really change the story at all. And there were some things that were also left out. I think the biggest changes that you saw were they would collapse like 4 or 5 characters into one person. Mm-hmm. So like, the Donnie Azov, right? Character.
Right.
Like, 4 or 5 people became that. And that's because they can't have 30 people in the movie that are all splitting up different, key elements. So they put it into one person. That was a big thing. And also the timeline was somewhat shifted around here and there, But, generally speaking, the feeling that you got from watching the movie, all the stuff in the boardroom with the speeches, those were 100% accurate, and the sales stuff was, and the wild behavior. We were absolutely fucking wild.
Yeah, that's a wild life. Huh?
Yeah. So, but what about the scene when, because you spoke about Donnie, the scene with the...
No, it's true.
That's true.
100% true.
Would you like to work in a company like that? I mean, it's a dream, right?
Yeah, yeah, but how is possible make a life like that and drive a company like yours?
You know, we used to had a couple of different sayings, you know, work hard, play hard. You know, and if you're going to go out with the boys, you got to wake up with the men, meaning that, you know, we partied hard at night, but we were up the next morning. When you're young, I was 25 at the time. So like, you know, you can have such resilience and bounce back capabilities. Like right now I go out and if I drink, I'm like, the next day I'm just crushed, you know, but back then, you know.
Too, anyway.
So, yeah, so we like, you know, I think a lot of times, you know, when people lack energy or lack enthusiasm, and feel like they can't work really hard, it's because they're not excited about what they're doing and it's not succeeding. Like when something is succeeding and growing and you're just like having massive success and it's fun, you just have the energy. So you just, no matter what, you just keep going.
Sure. So, Jordan, how's your life changed since the movie came out and made you famous? I mean, do you think people see you like differently now? Or?
Yeah, well, I mean, clearly, you know, the movie had a huge impact, right? So anywhere I go in the world, it's, you know, people know me and they want to take pictures and talk, and that's great. I loved all the fans and stuff, and it's helped obviously my business with speaking and presenting. So it's allowed me to help a lot more people in the sales world and entrepreneurship. But yeah, and you know, all in all, it's been an amazing experience and a benefit. You know, there's some things that aren't, I guess, you know, sometimes it's like, you know, you're the lightning rod for press all the time, and it can be annoying. But you know, again, I accept that. Like, you know, you can't have all the good, you know, without some of the bad, right? So, but, you know, generally speaking, all in all, yeah, it was an amazing experience, and I'm very glad it happened.
Yeah, of course. And what was it like working with Leonardo DiCaprio, which is a great actor?
Yeah, he's great, yeah. No, we spent about a year working very closely together, so we spend a lot of time together. Sometimes he worked specifically on certain things, like, you know, his tonality and how he would say things, especially when he was giving the speeches, and I gave some mock speeches with him there so he could watch me do it.
So you spent a lot of time with him.
A lot of time with him, yeah. And then some of the times we were just hanging out socially, just I guess observing me and out.
Just have a dinner together.
Yeah, a lot of that, yeah.
What was the best actor to do it, or you would like to have another one?
I couldn't think of a better actor to have played me. Yeah, I think he was the best.
Perfect. And the wife too, Margot.
Yeah, she's amazing. I mean, that movie was really, you know, the breakout movie for her.
Yeah.
And since then, I think she's shown that, like, she's amazing. She does a lot of great stuff, Margot. So, and she's also an amazing person, nicest, sweetest person you'd ever meet. Totally unaffected, doesn't like, you know, think that she's like a celebrity. She's not like that. Okay. Very down to earth.
So beautiful.
Yeah, and beautiful, yeah. Beautiful, talented, down to earth. She's a good person.
Yeah, of course. So let's go in
the life?
Yeah, no, in the sales stuff, because it's something that I really interested in.
Okay.
So you're natural at sales, right, Jordan? So do you think you could have been just as successful without breaking the rules? So what made you go to that route?
I would have been more successful, far more successful, if I hadn't broken the rules, because our core business was taking companies public, and I was, you know, I owned companies like Steve Madden Shoes, and I was forced to sell some of my stock, most of it, early because I was in trouble. They made me sell the stock. And I also would have been taking companies public right through the internet boom, and I would have caught a couple of massive home runs there. I would have made billions probably. So I think the shortcuts I took allowed me to make more money quicker. Yeah. But in the end, I made a lot less than I could have made.
This is a great lesson. This is a great lesson.
It's very kind. It is a good lesson, because it's very common in business that, you know, sometimes if you sacrifice things to make short-term hits, you leave the big money on the table. It takes time to build things correctly.
Yeah, it's something that happens every time to the, you know, opportunity seekers, the people that want to make money so quickly and then drop down.
They think more about the short time than the long time.
Well, I think I think one of the mistakes I made was, like, if you would have asked me back in my 20s, you know, what's the purpose of a business? I'd say to make a shit ton of money.
Correct, yeah.
But in truth, that's not really it. The purpose of a business is to deliver value to people, is monetize value. So in other words, you have something that's valuable, right, that people want, and you're able to deliver it to those people, help people in a cost-effective way that you make money. So a well-run business delivers massive value, but delivers it and, you know, at a price for them that's much lower. So they have this margin. So, but the key is that you got to be delivering value. It's not like, how do you make more money? Help more people, not, make more of
Money
each
must
person.
be the consequence.
Which is
money.
something you're doing great.
Yeah, and that was there. I was like, something that was a really powerful lesson for me about, that. And now, of course, today's the opposite. Everything I do is about, more long-term thinking and delivering value and so forth.